Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski, I'm a Chief Analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is Daily Analytical Report, where I will show you what's going on the markets, and we'll try to look for the best trading setups on the market. But obviously first we need to check the macro calendar and to be aware of the events that are about to come. Are about to hit the screen. And overnight we had a data from Japan, inflation from Japan, which came a little bit worse than expectations. Also, we already had IFO from Germany, GDP from UK, IFO from Germany came better than expectations. GDP came a little bit, well, came in line with expectations. Today, what we are waiting for durable good orders. We will have a speech from prominent figures from the central banks, from Fed, from the ECB, and also, well, that would be it. So calendar is not very eventful. As we are on Friday, let me show you what we should expect next week. Next week on Monday we don't have any important figures. On Tuesday we don't have any important numbers either, only the speech from Mr. Bullard. On Wednesday, what will happen on Wednesday is GDP from US and rate statement and rate decision from Bank of Canada. So definitely important events for American dollar and Canadian dollar. On Thursday we start the G7 meeting. We also have CPI from Eurozone. CPI is currently like the most important data for the markets, because based on inflation we decide about interest rates, and interest rates are the most important factor for the currencies. And also from US we will have personal consumption expenditure, personal spending, which is also important figure for the markets. And on Friday we have a continuation of G7 meeting, and we have non-farm payrolls. It will be the first Friday of the month. So usually, like almost always, Fed, not Fed, US Bureau of Statistics, as far as I'm concerned, presents non-farm payrolls every first Friday of the month. So that's what is going to happen on Friday. That being said, we have to switch into our charts because we have few interesting events. As you can see, first my position on Australian dollar to Canadian dollar is doing really good. 1% of the profit right now with relatively low risk. Like I risk about 0.5% on this trade. Now it's almost profit twice as big as the risk. So my aim always to have profit at least twice as big as the loss. So here it's happening, but first we'll start with euro dollar. What do we have on euro dollar? Daily chart is especially interesting because 2 days ago you can see we had a breakout of this horizontal support, which is very important because that's 38.2 Fibonacci of the long-term uptrend, and also it's in line with the support from August, from October, from November, from December, and we had a nice reaction here, but this formation failed. We had a breakout, which can be a false breakout. Well, as for now it is a false breakout of this horizontal support. Today the price is creating a hammer so far, and it can be interesting because breakout of the pink line should trigger us a buy signal, aiming at least this horizontal resistance here. So breakout here, stop loss 70 pips, 80 pips for profit. That's not the desirable risk to reward ratio. I don't think that traders should follow risk to reward ratio 1, but it's good for a start, right? It's good for a start. I think this this movement may not be all, may not be everything. I think we can continue to go higher and higher and higher, but this is just the first target. Next one is Australian dollar to American dollar, which defended this lower line of the wedge, which is respecting still this line, but we may experience finally a breakout. And a breakout here, price closing above this upper blue line can be significant sign for the traders to climb to this green rectangle. I think we should aim at least this green rectangle. British pound to Japanese yen is having really a legitimate sell signal. Unfortunately, well, I told you that we're gonna have a second test yesterday, and we did, and there was a drop, but I didn't enter this this trade because I was thinking about maybe the price will continue this flag pattern, but the price is not following this flag pattern, so it's just a wasted opportunity from myself. But the thing is, I'm never gonna chase an opportunity that I missed. Never, never, never. I did that before. It doesn't work out. It's a huge mistake that traders are making, that they chase missed opportunities. I'm gonna wait for my occasion to enter this position, but definitely in the long term, on a weekly chart, on a daily chart, we do have a super strong sell signal here on this instrument, and I think that this sell signal will continue to be present, and as long as we stay below this combination of those four resistances, there is a full strong sell signal, definitely. New Zealand dollar to Japanese yen is, well, they do everything. They are doing everything to hold above this horizontal support marked with a green line. So anyway, price closing below the green line. We are almost there here, but price closing below the green line will be finally a sell signal. But so far buyers are fighting like lions to protect this level, and we will see how this situation will end. American dollar to Japanese yen. I was thinking about the reversal here, but most probably it is postponed till now. Why till now? Because, you know, this pattern, this is an inverse head and shoulder pattern, pretty clean. Unfortunately, it's M15. I seldom go into M15. I prefer to trade on bigger intervals. But, well, I saw this formation even on H1. You can see it just on M15. You can see it more clearly. But a breakout of the black line will trigger us a movement towards this resistance, and any bearish price action here on this resistance will be a great invitation to go short. Euro to Canadian dollar. Here we can have a possible reversal. So what is happening? The price was drawing those like triple bottom formation here left, first, second, third, and we got a breakout of the midterm downtrend line. Then after the breakout, we use that downtrend line as a support. We use that as a support twice. And my scenario, this one which I created yesterday, is most probably is going to happen. So we should see the movement, the correction aiming the yellow resistance. I think that the chances that we'll get to the yellow resistance are pretty significant, and we should get there eventually. Eventually we should get there. WTI oil. Finally, we do have a reversal on WTI oil. We do have a breakout. Well, I was telling you about this channel up formation, and we did get breakout of this lower line of the channel up formation. The price declined further. We do have this uptrend line here, which got broken, and the price is in a free fall. I think that we can aim at least this line. It wouldn't be anything special. It wouldn't change the sentiment on oil. The sentiment on oil is definitely positive. There's this uptrend line. They're very close to each other. So I think that we can aim uptrend lines, we can aim horizontal supports, and maybe the price will try to create a correction equality pattern. So we had this correction here. Oh, that would mean even bigger drop. But it shouldn't be a problem to get here, at least here. So that is my midterm scenario for oil, that we should see a further drop. Gold is in a perfect situation. Unfortunately, I had this position on gold, as you can see here, and it was closed on break even. But I would have much bigger profit right now if I hold this position. But I will explain you that now, and I will repeat that on my live trading session, which we'll have in 1 hour. What happened here was a hammer, this candle, on a long-term uptrend line. This is long-term uptrend line. The price created a hammer bouncing from the long-term uptrend line. That was a beautiful buy signal. Also on hourly chart, before hammer, because this is this hammer, the price created a rectangle, and that was a false breakout below the lower line of the rectangle, and then the price came back above. And false breakouts are usually very strong signals to go higher. And then the price broke the upper line of the flag, and actually I was very optimistic about that of the rectangle, because that's a rectangle and that's a flag. The price broke the upper line of the rectangle, the price broke the upper line of the flag. I had already a long position here, and I moved my stop loss higher. Then the price reversed, which actually from the technical point of view was super strong sell signal, but the price did not follow that. My position was already closed and the price reversed. But guys, we went from the weekly highs here to the daily lows, which is definitely negative, but well, the price did not follow that and went higher. Fair enough. Now, well, I recorded a trading sniper video on gold half an hour ago when we were here. Now the price, and I said on this video that we should break the upper line of this formation, and we did. And now the price is aiming higher, and this resistance should be eventually broken, because we can see a high buying pressure on gold. Breakout of this resistance should lead the price to the green area. But definitely, like on a weekly chart, we're gonna have a positive sentiment. Like if we're gonna close week here, that will be a piercing pattern. If we're gonna close week here, that's gonna be a bullish engulfing pattern. But so far so good. We just need a few more, like we need, let's say, a few dollars to create a piercing pattern, and piercing pattern on this kind of support will be a significant long-term buy signal. American dollar to Canadian dollar. From the very beginning, we have this symmetric triangle here, but very often in symmetric triangles, you have symmetric triangles, you have the upper line of the triangle and lower line of the triangle, and breakout of those lines should not force you, breakout of those lines alone should not force you to open a position, because very often in triangles, above the triangle we have a horizontal resistance, and below the triangle we have a horizontal support. And it was not different this time here. The price reached the horizontal resistance and bounced. Although they broke the upper line of the triangle, they reached the horizontal resistance and bounced. Also, they did that here, broke the line of the triangle and bounced again. So this line lost relevance. This line, I think it's not relevant either. We have a horizontal support, we have a horizontal resistance. We can see that bounces from this resistance are decreasing, so they are smaller and smaller, like first bounce, second bounce, third bounce, and now we have a fourth one. So far this resistance works, but the buying pressure rises and maybe we'll have an eventual breakout. Anyway, the price closing, hourly candle here, will be a legitimate buy signal for the American dollar to Canadian dollar. Simple as that. British pound to Australian dollar, and British pound is going lower. We still have chances for like a triple bottom formation, but I hate this kind of setups. Retail traders do love them, like after a heavy drop they look for double bottoms or triple bottoms and they try to reverse the trend, but that's the place where you lose money, because you try to catch a falling knife and you can just hurt yourself. That's totally not my game. I don't like this type of trading. I'm aware that many traders do like it. Probably you see this horizontal support from here, 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 and you think that we will have a reversal. Well, first signs of a reversal will be only after the breakout of this black line. So if this black line will be broken, like here, there will be a triple bottom formation and buy signal will be active here, but not before that. The same goes with euro to Australian dollar. Really, there is not much of a difference here. We broke this horizontal resistance. Look at that. I made this X here when the price was here, and I said breakout of this as a sell signal. And even if you're late and you opened like here, you still got a trade for 260 pips. And I think everybody would be happy getting trade for 260 pips. I think I'm not mistaken in that. British pound to Canadian dollar, well, situation here is the same. Many of you can see a possible reversal because of this double bottom formation or this triple bottom formation, but buy signal will be created only after the breakout of this horizontal resistance, after the breakout of this midterm downtrend line, and the price should get above the orange area. The price getting above the orange area will be a legitimate buy signal. I know what you are thinking when you're looking at this engulfing here on a daily chart, engulfing on a 50% Fibonacci, that it's a super strong buy signal. Well, yeah, it is good for a start, definitely. But again, if you're convinced, wait at least till breakout of this black line, because you will wait like 40 pips, but you will get another confirmation. Safe traders should wait like 200 pips before entering long position. Australian dollar to Japanese yen. This false breakout here should eventually lead to a further drop, but so far the price is resisting that. We'll see how long this resistance will continue. But well, we stopped not in a random place, as you can see, support, congestion, resistance. So that's not a good situation to trade. It was a good situation to trade. It's not anymore because the technical situation is not so clear. Australian dollar to Canadian dollar. Well, I do have a position here and it's an awesome position, right? I do love it. That was a good call. And it brings me a lot of joy, this trade, from the very beginning. daily chart, inverse head and shoulder formation, left shoulder, head and right shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, breakout of the downtrend line here, price goes higher, price creates an ascending triangle pattern, breakout, then price creates a rectangle upswing. As you can see, my stop profit is already here, protects me almost 100 pips, almost 640 euros. It's already in my pocket, and my take profit is on 38.2 Fibonacci. So currently price is in the middle between stop profit and take profit order. Why stop profit is so high? Well, if the price will ignore this breakout from the rectangle, it will be time to escape from this position. Like, even you could go much more tight. Like, let me get, no, M15, I never use M15, M30, just for the sake of showing you this. There's this resistance. Even the price could be like below this resistance here. I could secure more profits, but the thing is that this real upswing started here, so my stop profit will be below this area. As for now, we are heading for daily highs. It's going really good. I like this technical setup. Everything was in place. Also, like, in the meantime, everything worked out. After the breakout of the upper line of the inverse head and shoulder formation here, we got another pattern, ascending triangle, another pattern, rectangle. So very, very technical movement. And again, as we speak, the price is on daily highs, and the future is looking bright. I think that the sellers should evacuate, should abandon this trade, and we should get some serious upswing, aiming 38.2, and it will be a place where probably many traders will try to take profits from this movement, and I will try to take profits myself from this nice upswing. Bitcoin, what can I say about Bitcoin? Well, we are aiming this lower line of the triangle, and it doesn't look like it's, and the situation is about to change. I think that the contact with $7,000, $6,900 is almost certain. Now DAX had a huge drop. Now we have a recovery. And DAX is acting like American indexes. We all know American indexes were just reversing very, very aggressively in the past few years, past few months. V-shaped reversals from the technical point of view, that's the name of this formation. But as long as we stay below this horizontal resistance, we cannot say about the buy signal, but what kind of reversal looks pretty strong for the traders, and maybe we'll have a legitimate buy signal here soon. Dollar index, well, on dollar index we're about to create a head and shoulder formation. Head and shoulder formation, not in a random place, because it's a resistance from a daily chart. So it's not gonna be a random place. Left shoulder, head and right shoulder. Left shoulder, head and right shoulder. Let me adjust the uptrend line, which at the same time will be a neckline. So I think that sellers are very close to the major sell signal on dollar index. On silver, we are still waiting for the proper signal, and set up for patient traders. American dollar to Swiss franc. I'm waiting for the contact with this ultimate support, but also the price can break this upper line of this formation here. We'll see breakout of the upper pink line triggers as a buy signal on American dollar to Swiss franc. And New Zealand dollar to American dollar. We have a continuation of this flag. Let's say we get a false breakout here. It's a flag, but here red lines show you a flag, but in the same time it's an inverse head and shoulder formation, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. Breakout of the neckline triggers as an inverse head and shoulder formation and a buy signal, and breakout of this horizontal resistance. Maybe I will mark it with a different color. A breakout of this horizontal resistance triggers as SL signal. Actually, we need to adjust this line properly, like here. So the price getting to this sell signal, price getting here a buy signal, and that's the scenario for New Zealand dollar to American dollar. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching daily analytical report. In the meantime, I think it would be wise to enter our website outperry.news to check the latest analysis, and also check out our Twitter account for the trading ideas and for the reviews, current reviews about the market situation. We do help a lot in your trading. And now we'll have a half-an-hour break, and after the break, live trading session. So I will explain you my trading decisions, my trading strategy. I don't think that I'm gonna open anything from what I saw now, especially on Friday, but definitely I will explain you my trading strategy. So I hope I'm gonna all see you there. Thanks very much for attending this webinar, and see you in half an hour.